What is up, guys? Kevin Cage back with another XRP update. If you want daily crypto news, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's dive right into this one. First off, XRP on the 4 hours holding over 34 cents nicely. Of course, we know that 34 cents have been key points of resistance that we want weeklies to close over. Now, keep in mind, a lot of other fractals have been showing this exact type of target coming out of this cup, coming up to this next point of resistance. So it is definitely not off the table for this to happen. Now, I'm bullish. I'm currently in an XRP trade with my Patreon supporters on Cage's Trades. Links are in the video description, and I did a detailed video going over all of this morning. And keep in mind, my YouTube channel is primarily going over news and developments, whereas my Patreon is mostly for charting and trading. So yes, I do not want to, get caught in the hopium field. I think that we absolutely have the potential to blast off. We saw VeChain, ADA, XLM go up hundreds of percent. So is it that unrealistic for XRP to do the same thing? No, because we did see targets of others that came up to this 200 MA right here to this peak, and some even blasted right through it and created new highs. So I am, absolutely excited for that, already calculating, the profits, when to take profit, the targets, and I'm moving my stop loss up. And I mean, even just last night alone, from even just breaking here for additional validation around the 27, 28 cent mark, I mean, we're 25% up plus. So very nice. Of course, we're ready to, again, I have about 3 assets in my scope that are line of sight that should be pulling back a little bit, about 10%. Maybe 20% if we're lucky, and then we will attack those and get ready for maybe 50% to 100% returns right there. So that's the idea, multiplying my money while I never touch my XRP holdings. My long-term bag, I don't even account for that. When the price fluctuates and it's going up massively, I don't even care. I do not consider that profit. And I just want to remind everybody, unrealized gains are not gains. Until you physically sell, it is not profit. So I know there are a lot of people that watched, XRP go up 92 cents and, didn't take profit and just watch it all the way come all the way down. That's one of the reasons why I do want to trade with a short-term bag. I still have my long-term holdings. I've made mistakes along the way. I'm not perfect, but that's just one of the reasons, because I've been watching this for several years. The emotions of getting pulled. Like, do you know how many times we've gone from, with XRP, from even 17 cents, 15 cents to 15, the 50 cents or 30 cents between the 50-cent channel? It's just so emotional and psychologically taxing. So I got sick of that, and that's why I trade with a short-term bag, and I'm trying to outplay my long-term holdings, and I like the challenge personally. It keeps it fun, keeps me, focused on the market as well for the price instead of just sticking to the fundamentals, because when markets are pumping like this, instead of fundamentals, it really is just pumpamentals. Nothing makes sense, and it's just like 2020. The only thing that makes sense is nothing making sense. So we can throw fib retracement levels on this. I know I was showing that the other day, and even just like last night when we were at 29 cents, I was just asking people what they thought, seeing if they had any good estimates. Obviously, there were targets that blasted right through this, but I absolutely see this being very possible. Now, with the exchanges halting trading, with liquidity providers not really making markets, I'm not going to act like it's all sunshine and rainbows yet. Now, was that just a FUD campaign to get everyday people to sell? Potentially, and that is, absolutely evil in my opinion. But I'm going to be holding my XRP, I'm in active trades, and I will be taking profit and scaling as I see fit. So that's just my personal decision, and obviously you guys know I will be holding a portion of my bag, maybe 20%, maybe more if I can afford to, for life, or for 3 or 4 digits. And that is just like my dream scenario. That's not financial advice, this is one man's opinion. You guys have to do what is best for yourselves, all right? So, interestingly enough, right here with recent news, guys, we have blockchain.com update. We have changed the XRP trading halt to today, Thursday, January 7th. Customers will continue to have access to their XRP to hold and send. What the heck? So right when price is moving, they're locking people out. What the heck is going on? So, in my eyes, guys, if you want my honest view, I think that we, should get a nice pump per the chart. But I've been wrong before, and I just do not want to get caught off guard, so I'm just moving my stop loss up nicely with it so that, I at least can walk away with some cash, and then if anything else dips, which I already have some assets that are in my scope, I will attack, and that's what I'll be doing, all right? So, blockchain.com, pretty sketchy if you ask me. We had another whale alert last night, so thank you, Tether. Thank you for your sacrifice. May the pump be with you, as I tweeted. And it's a $400 million just minted. And guys, Tether's never been audited. We don't know if this is legitimate or not. We don't know if there's actually account reserves backing it. So yeah, pump Bitcoin up. Like literally Bitcoin is at what, 39,000 right now? If you asked me, 3 years ago, Hey, Kevin, when Bitcoin is at $40,000, double what all-time high was, what would XRP be at? I would have told you $5. I would have told you past all-time high, no doubts. Never in a million years did I think we would be here. Now, this is just an opportunity in my eyes. I'm going to continue buying. I'm going to continue waiting because I feel, Bitcoin to 100,000 or XRP to $3 to $10. What is the better ROI? I don't care about the, price of the coin. I care about my ROI overall. My return on my investment, my percent returned. That is what I care about, period. And yes, it's been working out well thus far, and it has been a crazier for all of us, so you deserve this pump. But just please, 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 and I know I don't get views for this, or it will be, I'll be hated on for saying this, but just try, and it's easier said than done, try to prepare for bad scenarios. So as we're going up, if we go to 50 cents, if we go to $1, all good and great, but remember last time what happened. If we pull back, there's nothing wrong with taking a little profit off the table. It's your money. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for not taking profit. It's your decision. And unrealized gains are not gains. It doesn't matter if you watch your portfolio go up $300,000 when XRP went to, 1 cent or $1. It does not matter, because if you didn't take profit and then you just lost, 80% value or 60% value, what's that worth? So that's what I learned watching this market, being stuck in that 40 to 50 cent channel for so long, being under 30 cents for essentially a year on end. It was taxing. So stay positive and understand when utility comes, the bottom will become higher, and eventually the bottom will become 50 cents, $2, $5, etc. Our job is easy. Buy, set, forget, and hold. But if you're watching it every day, it becomes a lot harder. So zero doubt in this ecosystem, guys. It's really pathetic, in my opinion, that a lot of people, even viewers, only believe in XRP when we're up 20%. And if we go back to 15 cents, people lose faith. That's laughable. And that's why I'll keep buying regardless of the price. All right. Next up, and I'm just trying to sound like that just to wake some people up, newcomers that maybe just got an XRP last month. I know there's veterans that are smarter than me here that watch this channel. And you guys get it, but just repeating. All right. And remember, is it too much to ask for XRP to go to 50 cents, 60 cents, $1? In my opinion, not really. We literally just surpassed a $1 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency for the first time in history. So I don't think it's too wishy-washy or hopium-like, because this asset class is going to literally swallow all other asset classes. All right. And I'm going to show you some very cool trends. So anyways, just to kind of show some funny stuff that I thought was funny. The $1 trillion global market cap, XRP is still sub 30 cents. Awesome. This is the definition of the great shakeout. Everybody, I knew people that were selling their XRP and going after gains. And then look what happened. Now we pumped. So that's what happens when XRP moves. It moves and you don't know. So the question is this the bull run, or is this just another bull trap that will be very, very big and take you even higher? Because last time XRP went to 92 cents. So we'll see. I just want people to try to think of worst case scenarios, and regardless, you should be good of, whatever happens. All right, this was shared by Chino Patel. So this is recently just came out from the OCC. We had Brian Hubbard, actually. So acting comptroller of the currency, Brian Brooks, issue statements on the CFPB, the Task Force Study Regarding Federal FinTech Charters. Essentially, guys, I still want to read through this report before I kind of actually give you a synopsis. But overall, it's the OCC telling the SEC and, other even groups and organizations that FinTech companies are not under their jurisdiction specifically. So keep that in mind. I think it's giving room for innovators to innovate, which is what we want in this space. Next up, right here, Rand Neuner. Again, guys, his face, he's a Bitcoin Max. He hosts on CNBC, crypto trader, hates XRP, what's new? And, he goes on to say even last night, we will never see XRP over 50 cents again. Guys, maybe it wasn't him, but I've seen a million people do this. And yes, we will. Now, I want it to be sooner than later, just so he can, literally, he does this for just clicks and retweets like Bitcoin people. I just don't get it. But anyways, so be it. Now, this is something interesting to keep an eye on. So as we can see here, guys, cryptocurrency asset manager Grayscale. Remember, we even showed recently that they had about 30 million XRP, names new CEO. Now, Grayscale is a subsidiary of Digital Currency Group. Digital Currency Group is an early investor in the company Ripple, alongside many others. We have Grayscale's managing director, Michael, can't say his last name, has been appointed as the asset manager's new CEO. Notice this. He will replace Barry Sobert, of course we know him, the CEO of Digital Currency Group, the crypto king, will now be able to focus on the conglomerate's new subsidiary that will be announced soon. So very exciting to see what that means. Look at this. They've crossed $20 billion worth of crypto. Guys, even on Shark Tank, like Mark Cuban, if I can quote him here, he even says, I think it was him, once an asset class surpasses 1 billion with a B, a market capitalization, it's here to stay. Well, the global crypto market just surpassed 1 trillion, 1,000 times the size. So yes, I believe it's here to stay. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, links are in the video description. You saw like student debt was, 1 point something trillion, maybe 1.7 trillion. The Tether lawsuit is 1.4 trillion. Now, some people think Tether's a bubble like me, and it's just a matter of time before it pops and explodes, whether it's regulations, audits, whatever. That's what I think. So I'm prepared for bad scenarios. And if not, awesome. Crypto can go to the moon and I'm rich anyways. Or something happens, there's a pullback, and I can double my bags again. And I've done that many times. All right. So keep an eye on that. Also, King Solomon, follow him on YouTube, guys. Subscribe to him. Really smart guy, good research. I'm not going to go into this too much, but Bank of England is, again, a paid RippleNet partner. They've even, tested with Interledger Protocol, Ripple's creation to allow ledgers to communicate. Interesting verbiage, but honestly, probably nothing, again, but it's about DLT. So depth, liquidity, transparency, assessment, literally DLT, not distributed ledger. So DLT, distributed ledger tech. Okay, so that's actually funny. I didn't even realize that. So depth, liquidity, transparency. What? That's crazy. Let me see this. So I was looking at this earlier, but I'm sure he's going to go over it. DLT assessments. That is such a tease. Nonetheless, guys, you already know that they've been utilizing it. RippleNet uses the same phrases, so no surprise. All right. In other news, HD Bank becomes the first Vietnamese bank to issue blockchain-based LOCs. Letters of credit. Now, this obviously, in my mind, has nothing to do with Ripple, the company, or XRP, but it's, again, DLT adoption, just showing letters of credit, just reminds me of things that we're seeing R3 and many other groups working on. Next up, just so, because I know you guys have seen HD Bank, what is that other bank? India's largest bank, HDFC, that joined RippleNet. It's a RippleNet partner. We took, we showed you Ashish Burla saying years ago that we have 50% of India, the entire country, in our pipeline for like literally financial volume and customers. And then they said when we get, more of that, or 80%, we're going to go to Wells Fargo and say there's no cheaper way to send money into India but through Ripple. And it's been 2 years. It's been quiet. There's been drama. There's been fun. In my mind, I wholeheartedly believe that Ripple will be one of those fintechs that changes the world for good. And I think that this fear is this giant campaign to scare people out. Maybe I have confirmation bias. Maybe I am absolutely insane, just like, all of us in the XRP community, researchers, bloggers. All I'm saying is there are some very, very wealthy people that I know that are doing the same thing as me. So we will see. All right. Also, MoneyGram, RippleNet partner, obviously, is partnering with HD Bank in Vietnam. So this was back in January 2018 for quick and easy international money transfer services. At the end of the day, guys, it doesn't always have to do with XRP, but it's about real-time payments. It's about, competing with other innovative fintechs in other countries and just getting payments to get towards, near zero cost, real time. It's just a push and it's competition. So if one bank or one, group can save their customers, 2% more on remittance payments or, transfers, why wouldn't they go there? So that's just how it's going to work. Reality or all of this is like a pendulum, always finding balance and equilibrium. Next up, I'll speed through this because I feel like everybody on YouTube went through this. So shared by Bank XRP 6, as we know, they've listed XRP, and we can see Signum Bank, digital bank, by the way, recently added XRP to their currency portfolio. No surprise, all based in like Switzerland, primarily friendly jurisdiction. We'll go over that. And I'm going to show you some interesting stats at the end of this video as well. So overall, we can see 6 joint forces with Swisscom and Signum joint venture CustoDigit, if I'm saying that right, to build institutional digital asset gateway. Guys, these are institutions and banks building, things and platforms and infrastructure for digital assets, cryptocurrency. So I don't get if anybody doesn't believe in XRP, if you don't get the value out of Ethereum or some intrinsic value of certain crypto assets that actually solve real problems for real customers. I'll just give you like a blind stare because I really, really do not comprehend how people do not see the value in that, yet they see the value in, shares of a company and real estate and metals. And yes, each one of those has value, and I believe in all of those, but there is also value in crypto assets, and eventually people will realize it. There's power with any network, just like network effects. So, Michael Val5Links sharing this recent report that was just put out by Ripple yesterday, exploring the challenges and potential for central bank digital currencies against this backdrop, and makes a number of key recommendations. Now, what I want to go over briefly is essentially this. I just want to show you the report. So, 80% of central banks are actively exploring CBDCs. This map shows a subset of these countries. Notice, purple means they are in early research stage. Green is advanced research stage, and then the blue countries are creating central bank digital currency prototypes. Now, I tried to see the Marshall Islands. If you guys are an Algorand fan like myself, apparently I can't zoom in there. Anyways, if you are an Algorand fan right here, you know that they're working with the central bank digital currency there. They hired a tech provider, what was it, SFB, I think, and they chose the Algorand Foundation because the MIT ties the pure proof of stake protocol. That's a tongue twister. And we can just see all these countries. So remember, the digital yuan is threatening the US dollar reserve status more than ever before. We see a lot of jurisdictions and even offices where Ripple is. Singapore, Japan, let's see, trying to name some offices. Currency for South Africa, South African Rand, just one of the BRICS nations. China, BRICS nations. Brazil, huge component for Ripple's plan for on-demand liquidity. Bahamas with the sand dollar, of course. UK, we have an office there. We have even, think of Iceland with the Algrim acquisitions and building on derivatives. If you guys really think that Ripple's just doing on-demand liquidity, why are they building platforms for derivatives, which is a market for is essentially illiquid too? And, there's going to be plenty of cryptos that solve that, liquidity and interoperability issue. But why are they building and working on, DEXs and hiring all these people to work and build derivative-like platforms? $700 trillion valuation. Think, it's not all tinfoil hat. I'm not just some crazy conspiracy theorist. What is that one song by, I'm blanking. He says, I'm not insane. In fact, I'm kind of rational. That's literally how I feel. All right, but I guess that's how insane people feel too, so maybe I am insane. Right here, if CBDCs are cheaper, faster, more secure for users, we should explore it. If it's going to contribute to better monetary sovereignty, better autonomy, we should explore it. If it's going to facilitate cross-border payments, we should explore it. Cross-border market, guys, $155 trillion across borders each year. $155 trillion. Is it too much to ask for a fraction of that when XRP's volume is so low? Do you know what volume would do to a 34-cent XRP? Consistent volume, 24/7, 365, plus you and I holding XRP, which is limiting the supply, not by much, but enough to have substantial multiplier effects. And then if banks in these institutions, which they already are allowed to custody, aka hold crypto, do you understand the implications of that? There can be 2x, 5x multiplier effects right there for XRP's valuation when volume comes in at a steady. Now that's not hype, because it might take a while, but when it happens, just remember, those of us were here predicting it and taking the chance. All right, and then also, right here, by 2024, at least half of the world's population is expected to use digital wallets for transactions that will be valued at more than $9 trillion annually. 9 trillion. Guys, remember, when in doubt, zoom out. Trends are your friends. Now, of course, even in 2017, I was hoping that this would go to the moon. I was hoping XRP would go to $10, $100 right away. That was not the case. Instead, we got the X-Files, we started learning and digging deeper and really getting a better understanding of what is at play here, and this is much bigger than just XRP. This is much bigger than crypto. This is going to be a massive revolution, and I know a lot of us have been paying attention and learning as we go, and I'm just so grateful for you guys that watch this channel, that just like this video, because it motivates me every day. So just getting wishy-washy, just happy for you guys, grateful. So every CBDC will need to have some basic level of interoperability. Interesting, built into it from day one. Remember, CBDCs are domestic use cases internally inside the country. That does not solve the cross-border issue. That's what Ripple's working on, removing the friction. We heard Brian Brooks talking about the best and most immediate use case and killer application for blockchain, almost just quoting Chris Larson, executive chairman of Ripple, is saying the most simplest. And it literally, he talked about cross-currency conversion, like literally a neutral bridge asset. Oh, speak of neutral bridge asset. And this is me just freestyling this video, guys. That's how much I believe in this. A neutral bridge asset can support healthy alternative liquidity markets that will allow for frictionless, cost-effective value movement between various central bank digital currencies in real time. So guys, I'm really excited to see what happens. I'm hoping that XRP continues to close 4 hours above the, I'd say 33-cent level. If we get below that 30-cent level, I'll get nervous again, because then it would probably, break validation for what I'm following. But I'm going to keep, an eye on everything. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to share this video around. Links are in the video description, and I will see you in the next one.